Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Maxwell Igan, and it is a pleasure to be here, as it always is. I hope you're all well. Well, Albert Einstein once said, "Reality is an illusion, albeit a persistent one." And he was very correct in that statement, because all matter that exists in this entire universe comes from one single source, and it is that singularity from whence came you and I and this chair I'm sitting on, or that rock over on the street, or a discarded candy wrapper in Italy. We all came from the same thing. We all are the same thing. There is only a single source for everything. Now, I've been receiving a lot of email from people who are quite scared, quite worried about what's going on in the future, and I think it's important for these people to understand that there truly is only a single source, and that everything comes from that single source. Both light and dark are the same thing. Good, evil, everything that is all the same thing. Because there is only a singularity. When it all comes down to it, there is just the singularity. Once you realize this, and you truly come to terms with this within yourself, then it's really no longer possible to fear or to hate. It's the understanding that we're all perfect, that everything is perfect. You are perfect. And think about it. If you didn't have a television set, or a radio, or a set of ideals that have been instilled into you, then why would you judge yourself to be anything but perfect? You are exactly as you need to be for this life, for you to learn the lessons that you need to learn in this life, for you to gain the understanding that you need to have in this life. You are perfect. We are all perfect, and everything is just as it should be. And this is the understanding you need to have when you look at negative information as well. You need to have emotion for that information, but without attachment to that emotion. For example, when you see some atrocities take place somewhere, you may see what's going on in Gaza, the crimes of Israel in blowing up all of these Palestinian children. And you may feel emotion for those children. You may feel horror at what's going on. And that's quite fine that you feel that, and it's quite normal for you to feel that, and you should embrace that emotion. But don't let yourself become attached to that emotion in such a way as to hate the people who carried it out. Because you have no right to hate these people. What you need to do, really, is to bless these people and understand that they are simply you. We are all one. There is only one. Hating the people that carry out the atrocities does not do any good. It doesn't do any good for you. It doesn't stop the atrocities. And it simply provides more of the same energy that you are speaking out against, simply from a different form, simply from you this time towards other people. This understanding is imperative. It really is. People need to not judge other people. It's very important that you don't hate others for what they do. Just understand how the consciousness works. Emotion without attachment. Now, I know I've said this before. I'm sure I've said it before, but there truly is a deeper undercurrent in your life. It's something that you cannot understand intellectually, but you can feel it, and you can begin to recognize it, and you can begin to see that there really is something within you that is more profound and more mysterious than the mere catalogue of your thoughts and beliefs, your desires and fears. And once you discover this, you have begun the first stages of a very long and very profound and very fundamental journey in your life. But until you feel this deeper need, well, you're just sort of fooling around on the surface of the pond. You haven't dived in. You know, you're listening to the world, but you're not listening to the deeper voice within yourself. Now, until you make the connection to this deeper current of your life that represents this deeper knowledge, this deeper mind within you, a mind that has been created by the divine self to help guide you and protect you and to enable you to fulfill your mission in the world, until you can begin to experience this and recognize it and follow it, then you will simply be a slave to the forces in the world and a slave to your own fears and to your own ambitions. And there is no freedom there. And what is freedom? Well, freedom is an interesting topic because most of us, and even if you live in a country that gives you certain political freedoms, even if you live in the freest country in the world, you are not free. You are a captive. Your mind is dominated by the preoccupations of the world, by the mental environment in which you live, and by all the forces within that mental environment that determine what you will think, what you will choose, how you will behave, what you will do to seek approval, you know, what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is not good, what is appropriate, what is inappropriate. All of this will be conditioned into you. And though you may think that you're free, and you may validate or accentuate your individuality, your thoughts are not free, your emotions are not free, and your ideas are not free. Your motivations are often not even your own. If you look deep enough, you'll find that you are a slave to other forces. You're a slave to your need for approval from others, to your desire for relationships, for romance, your quest for meaningful work, to your need for validation from others. Now that's an important one, because many people really do need validation of their lives from outside sources. And again, why would they need this? Why would they think they were anything but perfect? Because we are all perfect. You're a slave to your fear of others as well. And while these things continue, and while these emotions continue within you, you'll find that you'll be herded along like you're part of a herd of cattle, not knowing what you're doing, why you are here, why you are there, what it means to just go on living each day, just going along, staying preoccupied, trying to stay happily stimulated, but always afraid of the shadows, even afraid of yourself, afraid of your deeper feelings, afraid of your deeper awareness, afraid of the mystery in your life, afraid of the world, and of any of the innumerable things that could deprive you, harm you, or destroy you, even afraid of the future, afraid of the past. Now you find that you're running, you're trying to seek something that you don't even understand. You're running from yourself, unable to stay quiet in the moment, unable to settle down, unable to face things. And when you look, isn't this the condition of almost everyone around you? And when you meet someone who is not governed by these forces, are they not exceptional? Do they not stand out from everyone else and in contrast to everyone else? Now, there are very few people who are self-aware at this deeper level, who are standing apart from the great rush of human ambition, from the great rush of people seeking wealth and personal advantage. And of course, the people that are doing that are the lucky ones. Everyone else is simply struggling to survive, struggling to meet their basic requirements, holding on and hanging on and goaded by the fear of poverty and deprivation. And people are driven to seek endless amounts of wealth and reassurance for themselves. And this is pervasive in the entire world. This is the condition of the human family. This is the state that we are all in. And all of the addictions, all of the depression, all of the poor mental and physical health that you see around you is a product of this desperation and this association that the people have within themselves, and the disassociation they have for the greater purpose that brought them into the world.